Good.
Oh, you work. It works.
Yep. Hey there, this is Real Talk Baseball. I'm Carlos Baseball. With me as always is Will Power and Tony Snap. We're kind of having trouble with YouTube, but we're live now. So how's everybody doing? Thanks for joining us. If you're out there already. Tony, Will, you guys want to say what's up to everybody?
What's up, everybody?
What's up, guys?
Yeah, it was difficult things going on with YouTube. I don't know. I guess I wasn't logged in right. Tony and Will had a show on Sunday, and they did a really good job. I just want to give out a big kudos to them. I know Javi joined them, and it was really cool. Will, you took over, and you did a good job, man. You guys got a good amount of views, and you guys did it, man. I can take vacation now, so you guys are good.
This guy.
No, please, no. You're a much better host, Doug.
Oh no. So yeah, so this is a little footage we have right now of the, what we're going to talk about today. So I'll just go ahead and start a little slideshow. So our agenda today, we're going to go ahead and do the draft recap, which is on Sunday. We had a Inglorious Bashers fantasy draft. And then we're going to talk about 3 draft players to skip over in their current ADP. So Will will give 3 and Tony will give 3. Viewers, if you guys have any trades that you guys have been going or trying or thinking of doing, go ahead and do that now and send us those questions to us so we can have Will and Tony and even myself talk about them, because I know once the games start, I know people will be like, should I do this? Should I make this trade before the season starts, or should I wait for the season to start? So there's a lot of questions about that right now. And then we're going to go, do you guys remember when expansion teams came into play? I'll ask you guys later. And then any question from any viewer. It could be anything from, first base, second base, third base, and whatever. Anything in baseball, fantasy baseball related or baseball related, you guys can ask us. So let's go ahead and start, man. Wait, what? I'm wearing a Yankee hat today. So Corey Seager, dude, you guys hear the news about Corey Seager, how the Yankees are actually trying to pursue him after this season, because he's still with the Dodgers this season. But once the season finishes, the Yankees are one of those strong competitors to go ahead and get Corey Seager. Any thoughts on that? What do you guys think about that?
I don't know. I mean, what's going to happen with Gleyber Torres? Are they going to move him over to second? And then what do you do with LeMahieu? He just signed. Do you put him at third? Who do they have at third? Oh, that's where you put him. That's where you put him. Third.
Gio Urshela.
They got Gio Urshela.
Oh, Urshela's so good too.
He's solid. That's
but
why
he gets hurt.
I don't understand this. Well, so does Seager.
Yeah, that's what. Well, maybe he belongs there. No, I'm just kidding. Don't go nowhere. But
Dude,
don't go anywhere.
Man. I think that it's just smoke. I think that there's a lot of teams out there that just say that they're interested in this one player, this all-star that's going to be a free agent soon. Honestly, if not every team is interested in Corey Seager, then they're not doing their job right. Because Corey Seager is a top 5 shortstop. He's actually an MVP candidate for this coming up season. We saw how he played last season. Even though it was only 60 games, he stayed healthy. So we actually saw what kind of player he could really be, because he's always getting hurt, but it's always a different injury, right? So it's not like a nagging injury that just keeps on coming back, like it is with Stanton with his legs, or like it is with Kershaw with his back. It's always been something different. It's a leg thing, and then it's a back thing, and then it was the Tommy John. Tommy John really set him back, but he came back stronger than ever after Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, he did. And what's crazy about that is that Corey Seager is one of the 6. We already talked about in the other podcast that he's one of the 6 shortstops that are going to be a free agent next year. And for the Yankees to actually put that out there and say that they're going to go and get Corey Seager, the Dodgers are still the top competitor to get him. They still have him under contract. They still can go ahead and negotiate with him during the season, which I'm pretty sure the Dodgers are going to try to do, just like they did the Mookie Betts. I've never seen the Dodgers do that, but they did that with Mookie Betts. So I know for sure the Dodgers are not going to let Corey Seager go just like that. They're going to try to find a way to actually dumped salary so he can give the salary to this guy here. Because I know the one that's kind of standing out for us as Dodger fans is the David Price, right? David Price is the one that we are looking, and of course we want to see him pitch for the Dodgers, but that's the one that's kind of looking that's gonna go to another team. And for us, we want Corey Seager, but we'll see what happens. There's gonna be 6 shortstops available next year. So let's go ahead and move on, you
That's
guys.
a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's going to be a lot of money. Like they're going to be spending a lot of money. I saw a meme out there that beer's going to cost $50 at Dodger Stadium next year. So
I don't doubt it, man.
yeah, I mean everything's expensive out there now, dude. It's like, come on, you want a good team, you got to pay for it. And
I
Yeah.
that's the
remember
price, right?
at Dodger Stadium, my wife got a michelada, and that was like what, $22, something like that.
Damn. Yeah,
I
probably,
know.
man.
I mean, it was big, but still
Not
$22.
$22 worth.
Exactly.
$22 should get you like 3.
Or $22
At least,
should get
right?
you super drunk and forget
Dude,
everything.
you know what? The first time that I went to bars over here near Philadelphia, the
Yeah.
alcohol is so cheap over here, man. Pretty much
Wow.
everywhere you go, it's less than $3 for a beer at a bar.
Oh, nice.
Damn,
When
that's
you
so
go
good.
anywhere
Out
in,
here it's
in
like
LA,
5 or
it's going to
6.
be like, exactly, it's going to be like 5 or 6 plus tip. It's
Yep.
ridiculous. But over here, you know what else they do too? Not at bars, but almost any restaurant, they have BYOB where you can bring your own.
Oh
beer.
yeah. Hey,
Oh, that's cool, man.
I'm moving to
That's really
Philadelphia.
cool. Yeah. I need to do that.
Yeah, let's
That'd
go,
be
man.
dope.
Let's grab the
Let's
family
just,
and go.
let's just pick up and go. Hey, so let's go ahead and do the fantasy recap. You guys did a good job, like I said on Sunday. Did you guys have any trouble with any of those picks? Did you guys like your teams? Did you guys feel like you need to trade someone, or should I go and make my team and you guys can criticize my team since I wasn't here on Sunday?
Well, now
I can name off the
that,
team.
now that George Springer just got hurt, I mean, I'm kind of
He got hurt?
weary about. Yeah, he left
No.
with a right forearm strain.
Oh, that's not good either.
They said that
None.
actually he's been battling it for a couple weeks, and he's been playing through the injury, and he's still performing well. So they said that he'll probably be ready by the first series of the season, but that's very optimistic. We don't really know an exact time frame because he's not no spring chicken. He's like 31 years old.
Yeah.
So even
What?
he broke out into the league a little bit late, man. Yeah.
And then the other
I
one that got
remember his
injured too
rookie
is
season.
the other one that got injured too is Kirby Yates.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
he's on my team.
Ah,
So-
So
loser.
sad.
So, yeah.
Wasted
Yeah.
his pick.
Yeah, I
then,
got him but I got him like round 17. So
Yeah.
at the
It's in a
same time,
points
like
league, in a points league, closers aren't that valuable. The
They're not?
sparks are more valuable than closers.
but who's out there?
And ESPN,
There's still
it
a
was
lot of
really
people out
hard to
there.
do this draft, man, because there's a lot of starting pitchers that have the RP eligible position in Yahoo, but not in ESPN. I don't know how
Yeah.
ESPN did that this year. The same thing with a lot of position players that are only eligible at pretty much their starting position.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of them, dude. A lot of them. Like I'm
Oh.
looking at Ketel Marte that I have as my second baseman in
He plays
in
outfield
Yahoo,
too.
He's eligible in the outfield, but then in ESPN it's only second base.
Really?
Same thing with Alex Bregman. In Yahoo, he's eligible at third and short, and then in ESPN he's only available at third.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little different. I kind of saw the difference between Yahoo and ESPN. I kind of like the Yahoo a little setup a lot better. It has multiple positions. If like you where we were talking about during our podcast before we drafted, we were saying how eligibility has a lot to do with it. And we didn't get to see, you don't get to see a lot of eligibility on the ESPN app. Like I thought I saw, what was it? Maeda only was a starting pitcher. He wasn't even
Yeah.
a reliever. So you don't even have that option. And I saw Maeda was one of those players that I saw on the draft for a while. So he wasn't leaving. Like, I think it was like the 8th round, 8th round. And I was still seeing his name out there. And I'm like, if someone doesn't pick him up, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. But someone picked him up. And I think he was supposed to go like what is it, sixth round, Tony?
Dude,
I know over there
I
dancing.
got my Ada. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
saying the same thing. I was tripping out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I got my ADA 69. That's not
Yeah,
too bad. Where
That's
where
solid.
does he normally go?
That's
that
pretty
you
solid,
would have to look. That's pretty solid. And
especially
yeah,
after the
like
season that
I
he
think he
just
was supposed to
had.
go like 59 or something like that. Let me check his average ADP and
yeah. So look, let me go ahead and go through my team since I didn't say it on Sunday.
Yeah.
55. So
55. Well, you
he,
didn't get it that bad.
I did a rounded and a half, a round and a half. So I got
Yeah,
him
he took a
69,
while to go.
69. Ain't that
Let's
something?
see. Hey, so we have
Yeah.
Sam and the fantasy scholars are logged in watching our YouTube right now. So if you
Dude,
guys are
what's up,
listening
man?
right now, how about you guys listen to our teams that
Oh
we
yeah, radar
drafted?
team.
Yeah, and rate our team. Tell us out of us three who has the strongest team.
Not me, but I'll go first, man. I'll go first. And I'm gonna start just like not in order. I'm just gonna do it from what my roster's at. Starts with the catcher. So Jasmani Grandal, catcher, first base, Matt Olson, second base, Whit Merrifield, third base, Manny Machado, shortstop, Tim Anderson, second base, shortstop, Fletcher from the Angels, third baseman again, Justin Turner, outfield, Mookie Betts, Nick Castellanos, Brantley, and Peterson. And then DH, well, two DH. It's JD Martinez and David Peralta. Now to my starting pitchers. Man, I don't like my starting pitchers. It's Giolito, Woodruff, Plesac, Bundy, Musgrove, Urquidy, sorry, Hand, Brad Hand, and what was it? Will Smith, the closer from the Braves, not the catcher. Rodriguez, and then Bassett. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not.
not. Yeah, now
Yeah,
that
I
you
don't,
say it out loud, I'm
dude. It
not.
sounds.
I'm not.
I don't like it. I don't like
And
none
the
of my
starting
pitching.
pitching, the
It
starting pitching is
sucks.
kind of. Yeah, it's
It's whack.
pretty.
And your utilities. There's not much I mean, Justin Turner
I,
is
he's
your corner
utility.
infielder, right?
Yeah, but he's not
It's
gonna play all
it's
the time.
JD Martinez. That's the one that bugs me, man, because he's not the same as he used to be.
You think
He
He's
so?
ain't
not
what you
he's
used to
not the
be.
guy that's gonna get the 40 home runs anymore. He's down to
Well,
like
he's gonna get you 30. He was one of my
maybe,
last picks.
maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Well,
and
supposedly not. Supposedly he was one of the players that really was hurting for the. I guess the laptop. You know how they were able
yeah,
to see previous at bats during that same game.
yeah,
So supposedly he's one of the players that did kind of excel when it was allowed, and then when they took it away, he certainly showed a decline.
ah,
So maybe now that they're allowing it this season, maybe we see that resurgency again, or at least that caliber of where like closer to 40 instead of 30.
yep,
Uh,
yep. So who's next? Who's next? I know my team sucked. That's that. JD Martinez is the only one you guys didn't like. I didn't like my pitching, and that's it. I just don't
I
like
don't
my
like a lot
pitching.
of that
No,
pitching.
this is the good
Bundy
thing
and
about your
oof.
pitching staff. Like it's really hard because Carlos had the number one overall pick. And when you come all the way back to number one again, that means
It's
that
nothing.
you're 20 something picks later. So it
Yeah.
really kind of
Yep.
sucks because most of the top tier elite pitchers are gone because you're not going to get a pitcher with your first overall pick because Mookie Betts or Acuna or Soto or Trout, they're all going to score more points than any pitcher off the board. So it wouldn't make any sense to get a pitcher first. But looking at your
Yeah.
pitching staff, dude, you have Giolito. He is the ace of the White Sox. You got
Mhm.
Woodruff. He's the ace of Milwaukee. You got Bundy, who's the ace of the Angels. So all three of those guys. Oh, and you have Eduardo Rodriguez, who's the
Current
temporary
ace.
ace
Yeah.
for Boston. So
Yeah.
there's four guys that you have pitching on opening day. So you have a high probability of getting some two-star pitchers.
Maybe
Yeah.
I could.
But I mean,
I,
I yeah.
I'll have to. I'll have to wait. I have
Well,
to
you
wait
got to
first.
look at the brighter side, I guess. You
Exactly.
know.
That's
Yeah.
the thing is when you have the number one overall pick, it really sucks because you miss out on such good talent in
Yeah.
the
You
whole
got to
like first and second round.
when you're number
Yeah.
one, you got to pull the trigger early all the time, and you gotta like really be.
Look
It's
ahead.
just yeah. Good luck, man.
And that's the problem. That's why I hated the first pick. I hated it because it was what 12 teams. I didn't get to pick
And
until the 24th,
10.
25th. It's like it
Was it
sucks.
10?
yeah, 10
No, it's
teams.
12. Was
Nah,
it
No,
10?
12 is
No, it
the
was
Hobbies is
12.
10.
Hobbies is
It
10.
was 12 because no, it was 12 because I got to pick on the 24th or 25th
Nah, because I was
Nah.
10.
again.
I was number 10 and I had 2 picks in a row.
Yeah, yeah, bro. It was 10.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes your
I thought
team
it was
even
12.
worse, right? Ugh.
Yeah, it makes it even worse.
That stings a
Man,
little.
sucks.
All right.
Yep, it
Will, do you
does.
want to go or?
Sure.
One of you two go.
All right.
Oh,
So I honestly, dude, the more I look at my team, the more I really like it. And it really sucks that George Springer just got hurt. But you know, the silver lining that they say that he'll probably be ready by the first series of the season. So that's good. So catcher, he just made his Grapefruit League debut just today was JT Realmuto. So thank God he's back, man. He has a week to kind of like break off that rust before the season starts. So I'm really hopeful for that guy. First base, Carlos Santana. Second base, Ketel Marte. Third base, Alex Bregman. Shortstop, Trey Turner. Middle infield, Didi Gregorius. Corner infield, Eugenio Suarez. I love that pick, man. Outfield, George Springer, Charlie Blackmon, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., and Trey Mancini, one of our sleepers. Utility, I
Mancini,
got
yeah.
Jorge Polanco. That was my shortstop sleeper. Honestly, man, I feel like it's really good always to have a good backup shortstop. Shortstop is one of the weakest divisions or one of the weakest positions, shortstop and second base. The top of those two positions are great, but then once you get into the later rounds, it's really hard to find like a good replacement. So I'm really happy with the sleeper I got. On the bench, I got Clint Frazier and Gavin Lux. My pitching staff, Walker Bueller, Corbin Burns, Zach Greinke, Charlie Morton, Ian Anderson, Tyler Malley, who was my sleeper also, and Tony Gonsolin. Those are my starting pitchers, and my relievers are Ryan Presley and Nick Anderson.
Got it. Hey,
So
before you
I only
continue,
have
Will,
what's that?
hold on. Before you continue, Fantasy Pro said that don't be shocked if JD Martinez hits 35 home runs. All right.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm telling
so
you,
he likes that
he's
pick.
probably gonna. And
Yeah.
and don't be shocked if the Red Sox make the playoffs, bro. Uh,
It's
that fool,
possible
Bobby.
because they made the expanded playoffs again. So
Yeah.
16 teams, it's highly possible.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
man, they look pretty good. If Sale comes back to at least like 3/4 of what he was, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just maybe a
Yeah.
little bit regression. I think they're a sneaky pick to go into maybe a little bit deeper than just like the first round.
They
Because
won't beat the
I really like their team, man.
They
They
won't
they,
beat the
they
Yankees.
got Devers, they got
Bogarts.
Bogarts, they got Hernandez, they got the other rookie Bobby Doblik. Dude,
Mm.
he's pretty
Yeah.
good. He's been killing it.
Yeah.
He's been killing it. And the other prospect that they have at second base, not even Dieter Jones, some other dude. He's killing it too. I don't know, man. And then they got who they got in the outfield? They got
They lost
Verdugo.
They
Benintendi,
have
so
they have
Benintendi's gone.
It's
Benintendi's with the Royals now.
Yeah.
it's
So
Verdugo and
Kike
Renfro.
and
They
Kike.
have Renfro out there. No, Kika's playing second, I believe, for the Red Sox.
Really?
I think
Yeah.
so for
He's
right now,
starting?
anyways.
Yeah. So I mean, your team is really awesome, though. Will
I like it.
I like it a lot, dude. I'll give you a A-, only because you don't like my pick, JD Martinez.
Yo, you stole Justin Turner from me, man. I was eyeballing that guy, and all of a sudden he gets taken off the board because he's been going
Yeah.
so late in drafts.
Yeah.
And I think it's because he was going late when he was still a free agent, and it just didn't catch up because people that it didn't like register in their head that he was still available. And then finally, when you scroll down in like the later rounds, then you see him still there.
He pops up.
And
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, damn, he's still there. I'm gonna get him right now." And he was kind of like slowly creeping up in ADP. But you know, you being a Dodger fan, I would assume that you would have him in the back of your head already anyway. He's going to be the starting third baseman. He's a great hitter, and even though
Yeah.
he's going to get an extra day off once in a while, so what, man? Keep the guy healthy. You know,
Yeah.
he's going to score you points every time he plays for you.
Hey, Jasper's here too. Jasper, Sam, and Fantasy
Jasper.
Pros. Fantasy Pros, Fantasy Scholar. Thank you guys for joining the
What's
show.
up, Jasper? What's up, Fantasy Scholar?
Yeah. So yeah, keep sending questions. We'll catch up with them for sure. Yeah, but I have nothing wrong to say about your team, Will, for real. Like, it's a good pick. You were distracted a little by the show, but
Yeah.
you handled
Yeah, a
you
little
did a
bit.
good job, but no, I think it's a good team. It's a really good team. You know what?
Yeah.
The one that I'm kind of like worried about is this guy right here, Tony. I don't know how the hell he got a good team. Tony, go ahead, man.
especially where I landed and who I was in like in front of me and who was behind me. So I was the ninth pick overall. Will was 10th. And you see Will's team. Will's team is pretty good, man.
It
It's a
is good.
solid team
Yeah.
going for number 10. Um,
Yeah.
and I got 9. And then the guy in front of me has an even better team than I feel, at least, than all three of us. Um, I think it's Nick Deverson. That
Oh,
one guy
No
that showed
idea.
up
Des
with the
Verney
laptop.
or something. Des Verney, right?
That's Vernie. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nick. Oh man,
Yeah.
Nick, if you ever see this, man, you did a really good job taking my picks and everything like that.
He was probably thinking like you, man. Well,
Yeah,
give us your team, dude. Come on.
everything. My player was getting taken right in front of me. I was like, damn it. But I feel like I got a good, decent backup for a few players because he probably took like Arenado. I wanted to take a few players that he has. I was like, dang it, I was eyeballing him, but it's all right, whatever.
Give
Let me
us your
get
team
started on my
then. Give us your team. Yeah.
yeah,
Give
yeah.
us your team, man.
So I have Will Smith from the Dodgers as my catcher, Freddie Freeman as my first baseman, of course. You probably know the position, so I'm just gonna read off the names. Keston Hira at second, Matt Chapman, third, Xander Bogaerts short, and then for my middle infielders, I have Gleyber Torres. For my corner infielder, I have Kyle Seager with the Marlins
Mhm.
or Mariners. In my outfield, I have Michael Conforto, Ian Happ, Anthony Santander, Max Kepler, and then in my utility, I have Joey Gallo.
Yeah.
You
My
were hating
bench,
on Joey Gallo so
Dude,
hey,
much,
but
yeah.
dog.
where did I get him though? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's what I
You
feel
got
like,
him at a good value.
and how much was I hating on Hiera
Oh
or
yeah.
Keston?
Yeah.
I was hating on him bad, but
Yeah.
where he went, he was
Hey, he's going to be eligible at first base. Second base
yeah.
and first
And
base.
then I
So
thought
that's
about it
huge,
too.
man.
He's not bad. He's not bad. He's projected to, dude. Like I'm looking at some of the point standings, and he's like a top 75. I think he's like going like 68,
Yeah.
something like that. And I picked him out my 11th pick.
Yeah.
So I feel like I feel like a lot of people slept on him, but at the same time, like we've all seen it. That's why I think that's why he went down so far, because everybody sees it. He's a strikeout machine.
Hey
But
Tony, don't want to cut you off, but the fantasy scholar just graded myself and graded Will. So he gave me a B. Thank you, fantasy scholars.
be
I thought I got a
nice.
C. I thought I got a C minus, but a B. I'll do a B. A B is good. And then for you, Will, he gave you an A minus, and I think that's because of the
Nice.
JD Drew. You talk. I mean JD Martinez. You were talking bad about him, and that was my pick. And for those of you who are watching,
and I
like,
got
thank you
the
guys for
Boston hat
tuning
on
in.
today too.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and hit that thumbs up and that subscribe button. Go ahead, Tony. Continue.
Yeah. So I'm like, bleh.
take a drink.
So Joey Gallo, my utility, and then on my bench I have Andrew McCutcheon. For my starting pitching, I have Max Scherzer, Clayton Kershaw, Lance Lynn, Kenta Maeda, German Marquez, Tristan McKenzie, and for my relief pitchers, I have Liam Hendricks and Kirby Yates, who unfortunately just went down. More
Yep.
than likely, he'll probably be out for the entire season.
It's a forearm, right?
Yeah,
Forearm injury?
something.
Tommy
Let me
Yeah.
see what it says.
Tommy John.
Yeah,
they're
forearm
supposedly the
injuries
second.
usually for pitchers are not good, man.
Yeah,
The
they're saying
forearm
it's gonna be
injuries
his
are
second round of Tommy John. They still haven't
yeah, they need
confirmed it, but that's what the people are saying, you know?
yeah. Let's see if
Yeah.
we have any comments, man. Let's see if anybody likes your
Yeah, if
team.
anybody out there knows exactly what it is, I just know that it hasn't been 100% confirmed, but the word on the street is that he's gonna be out for the season, which kind of
So
sucks, you know,
Fantasy,
because
yeah,
I'm sure
go
the
ahead.
the Blue Jays were banking on those possible 30, 40 saves, you know?
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
40
sure.
saves is probably stretching it, but closer to like 25 to 30 is probably where we felt like he was gonna average out to be. And
yep.
the Blue Jays and me. So we're both missing it. Hopefully he gets better. But when he comes back, I don't even know if anybody's gonna want to take that risk on him. He's already gonna be in his later age, probably like 35, you know.
Kirby Yates,
I
yeah.
felt yeah.
That's why
So
the Padres didn't take a gamble on him. I think the Padres kind of knew that they weren't going to try to get him. So the Padres went and
yeah,
got Melanson, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, that's why they let Kirby Yates go. And Kirby Yates was with the Padres when he got injured. So I mean, good
And he's
move for the Padres, bad move for the Blue Jays. It sucks, bad news. Hopefully it's not what we think it is, which is Tommy John, but usually a forearm injury is a Tommy John, and
Well,
yeah,
he's
it's
been
gonna
hurt
suck
for
for
a
them.
while though, because
Mhm.
when he was with the
yeah, he
Padres
was already
last
hurt.
season, he didn't close out towards the end of the season in either. It was
Nah,
all Pomeranz. Was it Pomeranz?
Pomeranz,
I think so, yeah.
Pomeranz, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And then
well,
I still have a few bench players. My
yeah.
bench
Go for it.
players are gonna be some more starting pitching, which I feel are pretty decent. I won't have to be fishing around for streamers and things like that. I feel like I'll be okay with what I have. And my pitching bench players are Marcus Stroman,
Uh huh. Uh
and
huh.
James Tyon with the Yankees. So
With
I
the
feel like those are
with the
some good
Yankees.
bench players, man. I feel
Dude,
Yeah, and
so the fantasy scholar said that it's a fantastic team. That's an A team. There you go, Tony.
I feel like it's good, but I'm just like hesitant with Keston Hira. My outfielding isn't the best, but I feel like it's
But Hero has good power though, doesn't he?
yeah, yeah.
For
Dude,
a
he hit
second
2 home
baseman,
runs today. Two
for a
home
second
runs.
baseman, he has decent power. Yeah.
Yeah, he has all right
He's gonna hit
power.
30
So
home runs. What are you talking about? Decent
Yeah,
well
that's
power.
good for a
then why are
second
you like
baseman.
feeling kind of hesitant with them? Then just keep him
Well, it's
or give him
because
to
like,
me.
man. To be honest, it's just because of the strikeouts. The average isn't gonna be there. But you know what? When I think about it, that's what Max Muncy is, and I'm high on Max Muncy. You know, really low
Yeah,
batting average, but high home run output.
and base
So you know what?
percentage.
I'm just gonna train my mind to think Keston Hira as a possible up and coming Max Muncy, and
But the
I'm
thing
gonna
with
make
Max
myself feel
Muncy,
good about it.
the thing with Max
Yeah,
Muncy is he's eligible at a lot of positions.
Hey, but so is
yeah.
hey, Keston Hira is gonna be available at first and
Yeah,
second, which will then
eventually.
make me I'll be able to slot him out at second infielder and corner infielder and middle infielding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Middle
true.
And then
infielder.
I'll just try
You
to
can
find
get rid
a
of Kyle Seager when you realize that he's batting only
oh my
150.
god, you hate on Kyle Seager too. See, as much as I talk
I like
about Joey
Kyle
Gallo,
Sear.
I like him a lot
Yeah.
too. He's
You
he's
picked up Joey Gallo, Tony. I'm like, what the hell? And I think that was an auto pick, right?
no, definitely not.
Oh,
Let's see.
you picked up Joey Gallo and you were talking so much crap about him,
I
and now
picked
you
him up
picked him up
round
and you're like,
18. Round 18.
yeah,
Where's he
yeah.
going right now? What is his average draft position? Joey
He's going
Gallo.
round 20. You picked him up too early.
Shut
No, I'm just
up.
playing. Hey, so let's go ahead and move on, guys. I mean, that's a
Look,
great team.
real quick,
Guys.
real
Go ahead,
quick.
go for
He's
it, go for it.
he's going round 13, 14,
Oh, okay.
131.
131, 14.
Yeah.
You know what,
Mm-hmm.
Tony? Kind of like the same thing I was saying about Carlos's team or Carlos's pitching staff. You have 3 guys on your team that are pitching on opening day.
Yeah.
So, like just like Carlos's team that has 4, you have 3. I only have 1, which is Granky. You know, so it kind of sucks for like the 2-start pitchers. But the season does start in the middle of the week. I think it starts on a Thursday this week. Is that
Yeah,
right?
but it carries over, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I
3
don't
days
know.
carry over.
Every
3 days carry over. It's like the All-Star break. The All-Star break, it carries over.
Well, but
Remember?
every site is different.
Oh,
So
okay.
sometimes it'll only be just those 4 days that for the first week, and then other websites it'll be those 4 plus the following week. So I don't know how ESPN is going to do it, and I don't know how Yahoo does it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Well,
I
I guess
forgot to mention, I
what do you
picked
got?
up Silverino and threw him on
I
my
did see
IL,
that.
guys.
I saw
Oh,
that.
you did? That's
Yeah,
nice.
Silverino threw him in my IL. Hopefully he comes back July, June. Hopeful, wishful
All
thinking.
right, now
I
in
hope
this
he doesn't
league,
come, so you don't have another good pitcher. Just, just
so in
hating.
this league, he said the first 3 transactions are free, and then each transaction after that is $1. So does this transaction count as your first week's
Yeah,
transaction?
I've already did 2 transactions
Damn.
because I
Okay.
had to drop a player to pick up Severino,
And then
and
you slot him in your IL, and then you picked up another player.
then I picked up. So I drafted my last round. I drafted Brian Anderson from the Marlins, the
Oh,
third
I
baseman,
remember that. Yeah.
Mm,
and then I ended up dropping him so I can pick up Severino, and then I put him in my IL, and then I ended up picking up Kyle Seager instead of Brian Anderson again.
uh,
And the only
you got
reason I
two
picked up
transactions. You
Seager,
have one more to go then.
yeah, it's 2 transactions. I have one more
Okay.
free one, and then every other transaction is $1, which
Yeah.
will probably fatten up the pot because I know Carlos is gonna be making a few transactions with that pitching lineup he has. He's gonna be
Nah, I'm gonna stick with
streaming
it.
every week.
I'm gonna stick with that
You're gonna write it
pitching. I'm
out.
gonna trade you. Nah, I'm gonna trade some off for sure. Now that I've been listening to you guys, so I'll go ahead and trade those off. So let's
Yeah, man.
continue on, man. Let's continue on since we already got our teams out there, and we got graded from the Fantasy Scholar. So thank
I
you for
got an
that.
A. Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Well, Will got an A too. I got a B. I honestly thought I got a C minus. I really don't like
Yeah,
my
I feel
pitching.
like I
but,
got a B plus, like a B plus
nah,
team,
I think you got a
just
good
because of
team.
my I don't really have like a name brand outfielder, but I feel like they're all consistent. A lot of people give me shit about Ian Happ, but watch out for that fool. Just like for reals, man. Ian Happ is good. He's the
He's supposed to be.
Yeah.
He's
dude. He
supposed to
hit.
be good, but he rarely is.
He
Yep.
just
Yep.
started. He's like a rookie.
Nah,
Yeah.
he's been in the league for like 4
He's
years.
been for 4
Yeah, but
years.
He just never had a starting
all right.
position
Hey,
because he's
hey,
not good enough.
what did I say during one of my tweets? We were going all in between. Like right after draft day, guys, everybody was talking smack to everybody. It was so much fun. And I can't wait for the season to start. But one thing we were talking about was Ian Happ. Maybe we can go into the next segment. All right, I'll bring it up in the next segment.
What is
Next
it?
set.
No, just go ahead.
It's Ian Happ and Zach Gallen.
Okay.
Me and Gabriel, we had a little
Oh, I
conversation
saw
about.
that in the
Okay.
chat.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
So
so
we'll talk about it in a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll talk about it in a little bit. Let's just hit the next segment. In the next segment, it's the three players that either Tony, Snap, or Will Power will actually skip over and prefer another player, or we'll talk about them. So, Will, go first, man. Who would you skip over in the draft?
Well, the way that I look at it is the value at the current ADP, right? Or at the current draft position. So
Yeah.
when I see you, Darvish, going in the early second round, that's way too early for me, man. I'm definitely skipping over this guy. This guy rarely goes past the 6th inning. He'll go past the 6th inning once in a while, but his career ERA is inflated. He doesn't pitch like an ace, man. His stuff is amazing. His slider's amazing. His fastball's amazing, but he gives up a lot of home runs. I think that the 2020 season showed how good he can be, but like we've been saying for throughout the whole offseason, he's been pitching in the Central, where there's a lot of weak lineups in 2020, and now that he's going to be pitching in the West, which is also a weak division because you have the Diamondbacks, the Rockies, and the Giants. He's also going to be facing the rest of the league now. So I think his ERA is going to jump up back to his career ERA, which is like a 3.50. I don't think that he has that, like the Cy Young caliber pitching in him anymore. He's a little bit older. I want to say he's 34 now.
Yeah, he's 34. So his ADP for him was 17. He's age 34. His 2020 ERA is 2.01. Projected for 2021, his ERA is going to be a 3.8. So it's a little bit higher than, you
Yeah.
know,
3.8.
what a lot of
That's
people
pretty
are.
high. I didn't realize it
Yeah.
was that high.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
And
And
not
then
just
his
that.
win loss is going to be 10-9. So
Yeah.
that's just projected. We don't really know what's really going to happen. But if they're projecting those numbers for him, that's not something that you
Nothing,
really,
not a second round pick.
not
10,
a
Exactly.
10
second
and
round pick.
9, 10 and 9.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
10-9.
I feel like people are gonna be mad at my picks.
We'll see, man. We'll see. So let's just go ahead and move on. Anything else to add, Will, on this one? Or I mean, that's
Just
a
that
really good pick.
just that he gets hurt a lot. You know, he's one of those starting
That's
pitchers that
another thing. You're right. Yeah, that's
every
another
single
thing. He gets
season
hurt a
he's
lot.
always getting hurt. I think there's only been one season in his whole career that he actually made 30 starts.
Yeah. So you wouldn't pick Darvish. Who would you pick over him? Like if you saw in the same, or like, what is it? ADP 17.
I think the
You would
other
skip
pitchers that are going around that time is like Bueller goes a little bit before him. Gallen goes a little bit before him. Honestly, I'd rather have the guy that's pitching the day after him and Blake Snell. I'd rather have Blake Snell than you, Darvish.
Ooh, dang, that's
Gotcha.
controversial. Because Blake Snell doesn't even make
Controversial.
it. Yeah, because at least with Darvish, we have a. He was amazing with Texas, bro.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
that's what,
that
4
was
years, 5
like
years ago now.
5 years ago.
yeah, a
Yeah.
little more than
Before-
that even.
That was in his 20s.
Yeah.
But
he's
I don't
34,
know.
man.
I don't know. I agree with Will's pick, and especially just because of the win loss ratio. Like
Yeah.
screw that. Bye. See ya. You know, I think Joe Musgrove has the same win loss percentage. It was just probably like 10-9 or 11-9.
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to
You know, or
project the numbers around the same time, and I
Yeah,
believe I
and he's
got
going like
Moskov,
a
super
full
late.
15 rounds later.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
like
yeah. He's going really
12
late,
rounds later. So I agree
and he's
with
a lot
Will
younger too, though.
100%.
Yeah. So Tony, let's go with you, man. Who do you who would you skip? Or
I feel like people are gonna be upset and rightfully so, you know. Shane Bieber is the guy I'm skipping. And I feel like it's more of a personal thing. Um, Not necessarily just because I don't like him, because I don't not that I don't like him, because I feel like he is a great player. I just feel that he's still kind of new to the game. I believe it's gonna be technically his third season, because can we really count last season as a full season? You know, so it's technically going to be his third season coming up 2020, and he has numbers that are really better uh, uh, than a lot of pitchers that are going right behind him. You know, like Darvish is going right behind him, and he puts up the numbers that would be like the Grom and Cole. You know, but at the same time, just because this is technically, to me, I feel it's more of a opinion, I guess, for myself, because he should be
Gotcha.
going round 1, round 2. But I will
Gotcha.
probably pass him up, just because I feel like the pitchers behind him uh, uh, are a little bit
More
more
proven?
safe,
Yeah,
proven. Yeah,
exactly.
it's a safe
Exactly.
bet. And
Because
when I say pitchers behind him, I'm talking about like Clayton Kershaw, Max Scherzer. You know, I feel like Trevor Bauer and Shane Bieber should change draft positions with Max Scherzer and Clayton Kershaw.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like I really went early on Scherzer. He was my second pick. He went pick 12, I think, which is a whole round early.
Yeah.
But remember, I was in the lower tier of the picking, so I wasn't gonna see another pick until
By the
20
time I got
20
back to you,
picks
the
later.
best
Yeah,
pitcher probably would have been
he probably would have been gone. Max
Yeah.
Scherzer
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
or
would've been
Kershaw probably would have been gone. So I
Oh, yeah.
felt like I
Big
had
time.
to go for a pitcher, and at the same time, Trevor Bauer, we know he's amazing, but at the same time, we also know that he hasn't always been so consistent, and maybe the inconsistency has been with the Reds, you know, because when he was with Cleveland, I don't feel like we were really saying that about him, because he has
Mhm.
pretty good numbers. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
that's
Shane Bieber.
my pick. Shane Bieber, I would probably skip on him just because He's kind of still new to the game, and Max Scherzer and Kershaw are more of my top 10 pitchers.
So let,
Well, it's
let me
kind of
let
going
me
along the same thing with Darvish that they pitched in the Central. So he was facing a lot of the Twins and a lot of the White Sox. So that was probably the scariest lineups for him. But the rest of the Central in American League and National League, they don't really have the best lineups out there. The Cubs, former World Series champions, they just don't play the same way they used to. A lot of those guys are slumping. Same thing with the Cardinals. A lot of those guys are slumping. They're just I don't think that he was pitching against good teams, which helped his ERA get down to the 163. So I see him more like a low threes ERA type of guy. And to be taken in the first round before, guys like either Bryce Harper or
Yeah.
Christian Yelich or Cody
Mhm.
Bellinger, like I'd rather have all three of those hitters over Shane Bieber. I can't trust him yet. I need to
Yeah.
see what he can do at his full potential
Oh, he's
against
good
teams
though,
like the
man.
Dodgers. I mean, we saw in the playoffs that he got rocked by the Yankees, and
He
he
did
got
get rocked
yanked
by the
out
Yankees.
of the game
Yeah.
early.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, when he faces a powerhouse team, he buckled under the pressure. He just couldn't handle it. So how's it going to be during the regular season when he faces all these really good lineups?
Yeah. And you know what?
Yeah.
His projected for 2021, his ERA is going to be 3.33, and his win lose is going to be
15 set.
15 and
It's
7.
good. Elite, bro.
Yeah.
Elite.
15 and
For the
7 is
reigning
and
good.
Cy Young.
His
But
past two seasons too.
333 is not good for a ninth
What are you-
overall pick.
What are you
No, it's
talking-
not, but he's the reigning Cy Young award winner. Remember that. I mean, I know it's a shortened season or whatever, but
Yeah.
the 333
he's-
is for a first round or second round. I don't think, like what you guys said,
Dude.
Scherzer and Kershaw should switch off with Bauer and Bieber, and I
Yeah.
agree with that completely.
I
Yeah.
think
so,
Scherzer and Kershaw are going to have lower ERAs than Bauer and Bieber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like it's a controversial pick to put Shane Bieber, to
Mhm.
be as like someone you would skip. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like, I would much rather
you
have.
gotta look at what all the other teams are drafting as well. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then like me, in my draft, I picked Mookie Betts first, and I didn't get another pick till probably like the 20th, whatever. And I didn't get a good pitcher. Like
Yeah.
I think I
look.
got Bieber, so it sucked.
15 and
All right,
7.
so
What's my
yeah.
guy? My
So,
guys.
you guys
like-
ready to move on?
At your number 20 pick, your second round pick, I think that's a great position to get like a Shane Bieber or a Trevor Bauer. At number 20, number 21 overall, something like that. Not number 9. Number 9 is way too early for a guy that had these type of numbers only one time, and in a shortened season, not even in a full season.
All right, guys. So let's go ahead and move on to the next round, which is the second player you will skip, Will.
So my second pick for a guy that I would skip over. This guy's going way too early for me. He hasn't played enough in MLB. That's
At all.
Tucker. Kyle Tucker.
he has it.
He has some decent pedigree, but honestly, man, like his numbers are not. They don't warrant a overall number 40 pick. I think that he's more of like around like 12, like 11 or 12 player, not round 4 or 5. Like that it doesn't make any sense to me, man.
It boggles the mind.
Yeah, it really
Hey,
does.
108 games, bro.
He has exactly, He
You know what's
got into
crazy?
the
He's
league in
projected to hit 19
2016.
home runs, dude. He's projected to hit 19 home runs, batting average 252, and his ADP is 40. So, what is that? Round 4? Isn't there better
Yeah,
players
round 4.
around
Oh,
that?
heck
that-
yeah.
Right?
Much better players around that time.
Heck
Much better.
yeah.
So, where will you pick him up? Like, I know in our draft, I saw him go probably like in pick number 60 something, I believe.
No, I don't
he
even.
was there for a while.
Let me
He was
see.
there for a while. He was there for a while.
And I know
remember he
who
was there-
has them. Gabriel picked them up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
he's
did
the
see
one
that.
that's been talking good good stuff
Yeah.
about this guy, and maybe we're
Bryson
wrong.
Beans. Bryson Beans.
Yeah. So
Let me-
he's only 24 years old. He's still a young player. He's playing for Houston Astros. So maybe we're wrong. And
he
then
got
on
him
base percentage, he's a
around early.
324
He got him around late. So
around late. So in the
what's he
50s,
projected? 40?
40,
He got him uh pick 54.
Oh, look,
54.
check this out.
Okay, that's not
Kyle
bad.
Seager's at 40, and then just the 5 guys that are after him: Rafael Devers, Whit Merrifield, Marcelo Osuna, George Springer, Blake Snell.
Yeah.
How can you pick Kyle Tucker before any of those guys?
Dang.
I'm not high on Whit Merrifield at all.
Well, let's
but,
see who was around
But at Whit Merrifield at
draft.
number 42, who's
Yeah.
eligible at second base and outfield, I would much rather have Whit Merrifield over Kyle Tucker.
Over Kyle Tucker. Yeah, I don't know a lot about Kyle Tucker, and to like I'm saying, like I'm looking at his projected numbers, and they're not even up there yet. Like for me, 19 home runs, 252 batting average. Like to me, that's not something that I should be like happy about and picking in the 4th round. Maybe we're wrong, dude. Maybe this guy's gonna come and be like Bellinger. You know how Bellinger came out being the top player on
I-
what is it, 2019?
I'll say this about Kyle Tucker. I like his swing a lot. I like his swing a lot.
It's a vicious swing.
And
yeah,
you know what else I like about him? He doesn't wear batting gloves. Like he's such a badass. Who
Like
like
Will
nobody?
Myers.
Yeah, they're just all like bare hand. Like, hey,
He's just old school, man.
I
He's
feel
old
I
school.
feel like he's gonna be good. I feel like that's the reason the Astros were comfortable on letting Springer go, because they see
Yeah.
the potential that Kyle Tucker has.
Because his minor
Yeah.
league numbers were so good. He had some decent pop in the minor leagues, but
Yeah,
those ballparks are a lot smaller. The pitching isn't as good. I think that his minor league numbers, if they were amazing, then I could see him, getting drafted a little bit earlier because of potential. But I mean, looking at his minor league numbers now, he got into majors in 2018 and he batted 141 in the majors that year. But then in the minors, he batted 332. And
332.
that's 200-point difference,
Yeah, it is.
And if you're batting 332 in the minors, I mean, that's good. But, other guys like George Springer in the minors, he was batting more like 350, 360. And then he transitions into the majors and he's batting more like 290. So I feel like when you go from the minors to the majors, it should be about like a 50-point difference in your batting average. But this guy's, 100 to 200 points difference. So he didn't transition into the majors very well.
Well, we'll see what happens as the
We'll
season
see.
goes on. I know this Gabriel will be talking a lot of mess right now if he was watching, and if you are watching, go ahead and put it on our freaking chat. Will, can you take care of the chat right now, man? See what people are saying. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Tony, who's your second pick, man? And sound off.
My second pick is actually another player that Gabriel picked up. Today is shit on Gabriel
Yeah,
day.
I see that. I see that.
Every day.
Every day, guys.
And for those of you that don't know who Gabriel was or he is,
he was the second last guest.
Yeah, he was the second last guest. He was on here. We were talking about fantasy baseball, and he knows his stuff, and he's won a couple of his fantasy baseball. So kudos to you, but he hasn't won this one. So yeah, when he wins this one, then he'll have all the right to talk all he wants. But right now, like, nah. So go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, so Zach Gallen, he's the guy I would definitely be skipping on. And this was even before the news of him even being hurt. His average ADP right now, I think, is in the 80s. Right, as you can probably see on the screen, he was projected to go 47, and I just never been high on this guy. Like he's another guy who is also really new. Zach Gallen is only on his 3rd season as well. Going in the 4th, 5th round, no thank you. I would much rather pass on this guy and pick up dude, I would have Lance Lynn than this guy. someone who's already proven.
And you did
Hinjin
good.
Rio, Hinjin
You
Rio, and that's stretching.
and
That's
you
going
picked up
out
Lance
there.
Lynn, didn't you?
Yes, I have Lance Lynn.
So yeah, there you go. So
Yeah.
Zach Gallen, like he's only 25 years old, right? And he's projected to pitch, what is it, a 3.44, is a longer season than the 60 game season. And
Hmm.
then the win-loss ratio is like 8 or 9. So it's like he's not in a very good D-backs team.
Yep.
They're not gonna make playoffs, they're rebuilding. I'm not saying he's a bad pitcher, because I know when I saw him pitch, he can throw. It's just you got to look at the cast around them as well. It's
Yeah.
when there's money involved and you have a
And
fantasy
and
team, you could pick them up later, maybe, because there's a lot of other players you can pick up in that round.
yeah,
And what is it, round 4, round 5?
yeah.
So
And take a look at this. Okay, so average draft pick is 47.
yeah,
45 is Blake Snell.
yeah.
49 is Tyler Glasnow.
Ooh,
50 is Kenta Maeda.
ooh,
You know what I mean? Two former World Series players, pitchers,
yeah.
who went to the World Series, and then Kenta Maeda and Lance Lynn,
Hey,
54.
Kenta Maeda been to the World Series twice too, though. Glass now
Exactly.
and Snell.
Dude,
So
I'm telling you, there's so much around him that I'm like, Zach Gallen playing, and I've been talking about Arizona all season. That is just like, they're,
hey man, don't piss off Will. I think he's pissed off. Will.
I know he's not saying that. He's just looking down.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man,
I'm just
because you like
I'm-
Zach Gallen.
I love
You
Zach
like him,
Gallen.
yeah.
I don't understand why you can't be high on Zach Gallen. I understand the injury, but man, look, check this out. This guy has 27 major league career starts with a 2.78 ERA in 27 major league starts.
2 years.
2 years, 27 starts. That's like pretty much one full season, and that's
One full season.
that's including 2020 and 2019. Because he was in Miami and he was in Arizona in 2019. But both of those teams, he shined, man. He shined
Yeah.
so well.
I'm not saying
Okay,
he's
so let
not
me ask
good.
you a quick. Let me
I'm not
ask
saying
you a
he's not
question, Will.
good.
So let me ask you a question. So at the ADP he's at 47, would you pick him up? Because I
Hell
mean, you've
yes.
been one of those guys
Hell
who've been
yes.
saying.
Okay,
Okay,
but
you've been
between
saying
those,
that Tatis hasn't completed not even one season. This guy hasn't completed one season.
I
So
think
you rather pick him?
I think it's different with pitchers and hitters. A lot of hitters have hot streaks and cold streaks. Pitchers aren't really like that. They're either good or they're not. They'll have a really bad game once in a while, but
Trevor Bauer, man.
look at his
Walker
career,
Bueller.
dude.
Walker Bueller be having some
Trevor
bad
Bauer
outings.
has like a 3.90 career ERA, and yeah, he looks really good lately. But
Okay, let's do this real quick. Start one, bench one, cut one. Zach Gallen, Tyler Glasnow, Kenta Maeda.
Ooh,
You're not cutting Zach Gallen?
I'm not gonna cut Zach Gallen.
So
I'm gonna-
Tyler
Oh, yeah, because
Glasnow, who is being promoted as the next possible Jacob deGrom. What are you gonna do with him? Kenta Maeda, who has been proven to be a starting pitcher.
I'm gonna start Glasnow. I'm gonna bench Gallen, and I'm gonna cut Maeda because Maeda is already 32.
Oh my
He's
God.
on
What do you
his
have
way-
against the 32-year-olds? Everybody between 30 to 33, you're like, out of here.
like,
But then you're
it's
like
more-
so high on Diaz, not Diaz. What's his name? What's his name? The hitter with Minnesota.
Oh, Cruz,
Cruz.
because that's all he does is hit. He doesn't have to play the field. This
Come
guy has
on, didn't
not
you see
slowed
Kenta
down.
Maeda last time
He
with
had-
his
His
routine?
swimming. He's
That's legit,
you look
man.
like you're
That's
doing the
next
penguin
level.
over there, Tony.
That's next level shit, bro.
All right.
the thing that Maeda has good, going for him, even though he's a little bit older, is he didn't come to MLB until his like 20 age 26 season, something like that. So he got a little late start in MLB, and before that he was in the Japan League, right? And he
Yeah.
was tearing it up over there, and then he comes over here and he's still doing good. But I mean, the same thing with him. He pitched in the Central, so I think that his ERA is going to be a little more inflated this year than it was compared to last year.
Well,
But if you look at
where does
Gallen,
Gallen
man,
pitch?
but if you
He
look at
pitches in the
Gallen,
West.
he pitched
Uh,
against the Dodgers. He pitched against the Astros. The West is a weak division also, other than a
It is.
few shining stars kind of here and there. But honestly, man, just looking at his 2019 numbers when he faced you know, ev- he wasn't
he's
limited to just
good.
the West
He's
division.
good. He's good, but
He's good. He's
I
good,
go
but
for
I wouldn't
guys
pick him
who-
up in the draft. In the draft he's in, I wouldn't pick him up in the
No,
ADP.
I will pick him
draft.
up in
Like,
round 7,
Ooh,
round.
that's
Yeah,
deep for
I
me.
don't
Dude,
think he'll go that deep,
look,
Tony.
look. I would much rather have Glass now, Kent, Lance Lynn, Hyunjin Ryu.
Yeah.
There you go, and Jose Barrios. I will much have those
Ooh.
5 guys than um Gallen. Now, are those 5 guys gonna be better than Gallen in 2 years? No. I feel like
Nope.
Gallen is gonna be better than these guys.
All right, let
And-
me give you a
But at
couple
the
more
same time,
numbers.
it's like, we're not living that right now.
Let
You
me
know
give
what I
you a
mean?
couple more numbers. So, when it comes to WHIP, the closer you are to a 1 as a pitcher, the better it is for you. This guy has a career 1.1 WHIP, which means he only gives up like 1 to 2 hits per game. Same thing with strikeouts. His strikeout rate is at a 10.5 in his career, so he gets more than a strikeout per inning. His home runs is at 1, so he gives up 1 home run every 9 innings. So that's 1 home run every 2 games.
Yep.
If you look at his underlying numbers, it's not just about the ERA. It's not, just about like one thing or another. It's every single category in pitching. He's not elite, but I think he will be there.
He will be.
soon.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm not saying that he's not, but at the same time, it's like, he's only gonna be on his 3rd season.
I think
And
you're just
he's
stuck
going-
that he's on the Diamondbacks. If he was
Yeah,
on a better
dude,
team,
9-7. What is it? What's the, bring it up, Carlos, put it up and remind this guy what his win and losses ratio is gonna be.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Let me just pull up the screen right there. Boom, boom, and boom. There you go.
8 and 9. Kenta Maeda is projected. Where's Kenta at? Let
I have
me
no
see.
idea.
He's on my team, so it'll be real quick.
All
It'll be
right, so
real-
look him up. So let's go ahead and move on, guys. I know we like talking about Zach Gallen. I know
Just
you guys
talking
love him a
smack.
lot, but we got
13 and 6,
keep on moving.
guys. 13 and 6. So he's
That's Kenta Maeda.
Kenta Maeda, 13 and 6. He's gonna have 5 more wins and 3 less losses.
but that's projected off of 2020 when he was only he was only pitching against teams in the Central. So
Get outta
you
here,
have to
man.
realize
That has a lot to do with it. That
But
does,
see, look,
that
it-
does have a
but
lot
But
to
it
do
doesn't
with
matter. Where they are right now matters, you know? Are you gonna get me a W, which is +5, or are you gonna get me a loss, which is -5?
but he got those.
Hey, I hate to cut this conversation
because of
short because
the-
you guys are fighting, which I love when you guys are fighting, but we got to continue on because we got to go to the next player. And this is the
All
third
right, all
player, and it's Will's turn. I know you guys want to keep talking about this guy, but we got to cut it.
How much he sucks.
We already know what position you guys are in, and you guys will not draft them, and Will would draft them. All right. And
Yeah,
I wouldn't draft
yeah.
them either, just so I can you guys know. So,
Exactly. 2 to
Will,
1.
give me your number 3, man. It was a great argument, guys.
All right, my number 3 is an amazing starting pitcher. His stuff is amazing. His fastball is electric, but Steven Strasburg, man, you just can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
You always got something going on, dude. Always got something going on, and now you're getting a little bit older, so the injuries are probably going to come more often. And the Nationals aren't looking like the 2019 World Series champions that they were anymore. So I don't think that they're really going to be giving him the run support that they were. This guy, dude. Let's see, like 2019 was an amazing season for him. He
It
had
was.
209 innings pitched, but that's the most he's had in his whole career. Actually,
That's why they won the World
2014.
Series that year.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell got into this guy, but he must have just had his mechanics like 100% perfect, or the training staff was helping him a lot, or I don't know what it was, but
I think Corbin was the piece, right?
Corbin, it was Corbin, Scherzer, and Strasburg. But at the
Yeah.
same time, these pitchers sometimes pitch through injury, and I think Strasburg was kind of like tired of being held from all these years before, where they were holding them to certain innings because they didn't want him to get hurt, and they didn't want
Give me
him
a
to
quick
get Tommy
second, guys.
John surgery, and it's all kinds of injuries that he had, right? So that 2019, he probably was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and pitch, man. Let me pitch. And he pitched through injuries. That's why what you said, 209 innings in
209
2000.
innings with
Wow, that's
251 Ks.
wow, that's amazing, dude. That's amazing, and that's why they won the World Series, because he was like a workhorse. That
Yeah.
was he had a lot of workload to go through. Him, Scherzer, and what was the other guy that
Patrick
Tony just
Corbin.
mentioned?
And then
Patrick
Patrick
Corbin
Corbin and Anibal Sanchez. He pitched
and
really
Anibal
well that season
Sanchez.
also.
He did. So that was a big contributor for them to winning the 2019 World Series. But he is injury prone, and he is an ADP 63. He's 32.
Still
I
up
can't
there.
believe he's 32 already, man. I remember this kid. I remember when they were talking about Strasburg so much. They were saying this guy's going to be the next Nolan Ryan. He's going to be one of those top pitchers that everybody's going to remember. Yeah, you remember him, but not as quite as a Kershaw that he's throwing a lot of innings, and this guy's like
Yeah.
missing seasons. He's not missing games. He's missing seasons.
Yeah.
So
That was
how
the
can you
main issue
trust a guy
because
like that?
he came up into the league when he was 21 years old. His first season in the majors, he had a 291 ERA. And then in 2011, he had a 150 ERA. So this guy
Yeah.
can pitch. He can flat out pitch. But like you
He
said,
can.
man, the problem is he just can't stay healthy. I need to see
Yeah.
Yeah, so
30, at least 30 starts from this guy. And what's his current ADP? 63.
63.
Yeah.
60,
Round 5, round
63,
6.
and he's 32 years
Round
old.
6, right? 6 or
Yeah.
7? 6, right?
Six. Yeah.
I would say
Uh,
6.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Early
No,
6.
no, 5. Round 5.
And then the 2020,
See,
the
look, round
2020
5,
season,
even
he
more of
was
a
injured.
reason to be like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I like
gotta,
that pick, Will, to be honest.
You got to
I
be
like
getting
it.
this guy at a huge discount just because of the injury concern. It's the same thing with Stanton and Judge. Those guys just can't stay healthy. So you
Mhm.
downgrade them into your rankings. So those guys go very late. If those guys stay healthy at their current ADP, that is tremendous value. Same thing with Steven Strasburg.
Yeah.
If he can stay healthy and he can get that, ERA down to like a 3 with 200 plus innings, then 63 is great for that guy. That's actually a huge value. But that's the problem is he's probably not even going to make 20 starts.
Well,
He's not. And
we'll
and
see.
then
We'll see.
like the 2020 season, he was injured. He had a 10 point whatever ERA, but that's because that one game that he pitched, that's where he came off and he was injured. He scored a bunch of runs on him, so that's why I didn't put the ERA on there. I just went and said he was injured. His ERA projected for 2021 is 4.03, and then his win loss is a 6.4. So he's not ready to pitch this season, or is he ready to pitch this
4.
season?
I
Do you
mean,
guys
I mean, he's gonna make his debut tomorrow, I think. Or if not his
he?
debut, probably his second one.
start
I
in the
think
spring
he
training?
came out of the pen a couple days ago.
Okay.
Yeah, but
okay.
I'm looking here and it says that he will start Wednesday, Grapefruit League against the Astros tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
So he has 2
So-
starts so far in spring training this season.
Okay.
Okay.
And
All right.
his ERA is 0,
Yeah,
so he
this guy-
hasn't allowed a run. He only allowed 1 hit in 4 innings of work. So in both of his starts, he only pitched 2 innings each, which is fine. You got to build up to that anyway. His WHIP is a 0.75 for now. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like this guy, healthy Strasburg is dangerous. He
Yeah.
is DeGrom and Cole dangerous. The problem is when he gets
He
hurt,
is.
he starts messing with his mechanics, so he doesn't feel the pain when he throws, and it really messes him up, man.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I like that pick, Will. I really do. Like, I know it's all about the injuries and all about the age and certain things for you. And this one for
And
real, like
now-
if I would have seen them out there for me to pick them, I think I would question and be like, you know what, I just don't feel confident picking him at the ADP he's at. I think
Yeah,
he
and
would've got
now
left out.
look at the East Division. there's so many good lineups in the East Division. So he's not going to be facing the weak Phillies that he was a few seasons ago and the weak Mets he was a few seasons ago.
That's
Now,
true.
both of those teams are powerhouse teams. Same thing with the Braves. The Braves scored the second most runs in the league last season. And then you look
Yep.
at the American League East with the Yankees, the Rays that just went to the World Series. You guys were just talking about Boston, how they could possibly make a playoff run.
Push.
You
I think they
know,
can.
but the Orioles
Yeah.
have a great lineup. It's just their
Mhm.
pitching that
Their
sucks. So he's
pitching
going to
sucks.
be facing a lot of really good lineups.
Yeah, so it's gonna give him a big workload. I mean, he's gonna be facing the East teams a lot more than he is the other teams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and move on. Tony, give us your last pick. Who would you skip?
And I probably said it before. Um,
I think everybody did.
yeah, Jose Ramirez. I think a lot of people feel it, you know, and I feel like a lot of people are gonna be mad at me, man. Shane Bieber, at least the Indians fans, Shane Bieber and Jose
You
Ramirez.
got 2 Indians on there.
Two
Yeah,
Indians, man. What's going on?
and it's not that the Indians are gonna be like sorry or that they're gonna like not do good, because I feel like they are. I feel like they have a really good pitching staff. They've always been known to produce high caliber guys, especially homegrown guys. So I really feel like pitching wise they're gonna be just fine, but hitting, who knows? They've always been lacking in hitting and defense. I
Yeah.
feel. I feel like they have great hitters, but they can never put it together all in one, like, how do I say, like,
No chemistry.
there's no chemistry. No one's in sync, like with the Dodgers, you get like three players that are on firing on all cylinders. And
They
then
feed
when
off of each other.
exactly,
Yeah.
like Bieber, I'm sorry, like Seager and Mookie, I feel like they were like really head to head this last like playoffs.
Yeah.
And
Muncy and
Cease-
Turner.
yeah, Muncy and Turner, or like Bellinger even sometimes. I feel like he always gets in there with
Oh,
like
Bellinger,
Yeah.
he kind of had that like kind of like camaraderie with Kike.
yeah.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah.
of those guys, like I think that each one of them like fed off of each other's energy, and
But-
that made them better players. It kind of
Yeah,
sucks that he's gone now. He was a great clubhouse guy.
And the only reason I would probably pass on him is just because I feel like there's been there are better guys behind him at third base who I would much rather have. And
Yeah.
those guys are like and Anthony Rendon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Arenado.
Even Arenado, being with a new team, I don't care. He's been the best forever, and
and this guy, Tony, so you're saying because he's ADP and he's number 10, I think he just moved up. He was at number 12 and he moved
Yeah,
to
he
10
moved up.
today. So then he's only 28 years old. So Will, you're talking about man strength, right? We hit the man strength in the other podcast where you say they hit man strength at 28. This man is only hitting his man strength right now. Projected for 2021, his batting average is going to be 260. He's going to hit those 30 home
Wow.
runs. On base percentage, he's going to
260
be
though?
355. Yeah, that 260 batting average is a little lower, but look at his on base percentage, 355. It's
okay.
almost 100 points difference.
Yeah.
And then so we've talked about that, right? Will, you said that 100 points difference is what you make your picks off base off, and you're talking about like it's not 100 points, it's 95 pretty much, but like this guy's not a bad pick, and you guys have a bad taste because this guy you
Exactly.
guys picked him before, and you
Mhm.
guys he didn't get those points. That you thought that he
2018
was
and
gonna get.
2019 were his bad seasons. In 2000, so when everybody was like really high on him, was probably around
Yeah.
2016, 2017. 2017 and 2018, he was an all-star.
Yeah.
And his batting average was 312, 318. Before he was
Yeah.
an all-star, he was batting 219. And then after the all-star break, or not the all-star break, but the following year, he hit 255. So
Yeah.
he's hot, he's cold. I feel like
Is
going
he one of those
1-1,
players that has a good season and then he has a bad season
bad
the next
season.
one, and then he's so what's next? Is this a bad season?
not, I don't know. I don't know.
Hard to tell,
To
man.
be honest. And that's what makes me shy away from him. I would
Gotcha.
much rather have Anthony Rendon, who has already been with the Angels for probably going his third year.
Yeah.
Um, who's we know when has he had a bad season?
Yeah.
Arenado, he probably had a bad season last year, but we know he was battling an injury. But
Yeah.
I feel like who else is there? Who comes to mind? Machado, right after him.
Mm,
Yeah.
Uh,
I'd
you
much
know what
Machado.
I
rather have
mean?
Machado.
Yeah.
Well, the
What's
the
that other
the
guy
thing
in
with
Houston? Bregman.
Bregman, I think the thing
Bregman.
with Jose Ramirez, why his ADP is so high, because we're looking at this at a points
It's
league
steel base.
perspective.
Steel
But when
base.
you look at Roto, or when you look at a categories league, stolen bases are huge, and this guy's probably going to get 25 stolen bases. And in the era we live in right now, that not a lot of guys steal bases. When you have a guy that can hit 25 home runs and steal 25 bases, that's very extreme value. I
Yeah.
need to see a better batting average than 260, a
Yeah.
better on base percentage than 350. 350 is actually not bad at all, but when you're only batting 260,
260.
it makes it seem like it's good. But I want to see more of like a 370 to 380 on base percentage from a guy that's going number 10 overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? You guys sent me this list individually. Well, not individually, but you guys it looks like you guys got together and sent me the list, because we've talked about these players before that you guys will skip them. and
Yeah,
and
definitely.
both of you, like, I'm surprised, Will, you didn't pick Jose Ramirez, but Tony did. And then, like,
You
it's
know,
crazy, like, because we've been talking about this a lot. You guys been talking
I
about it a
also
lot
could have
and
picked
arguing about
Tatis.
it.
I also could have picked Tatis
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I don't like his ADP also, but I didn't want to pick
Yeah.
anyone from the first round. I feel like
Yeah.
we talked about like a lot of the players that are going in the first round
Hmm.
very often in the coming weeks that
Yeah.
leading up to the season. So I
Yeah.
wanted to go a little bit in the later rounds to make my picks.
That's true. Hey, those are really good picks, and hopefully the viewers seeing and they're questioning, and why are you doing this and this and that. Well, if you do, go ahead and question it and send us that question right now, right here on YouTube. Um, any other stuff that you guys want to talk about? I know we said that we were going to talk about expansion teams. You guys remember who was the last expansion team?
Mm,
Marlins?
The
Rays,
Rays,
the Rays, and who else?
Diamondbacks, Rockies.
The Rays and the Diamondbacks. Those were the last guys that got into baseball.
It's like
And then the
94.
ones, no, so they happened in 97 or
Ooh,
98,
was
I
it that
believe.
late?
Yeah. So what the difference between the Marlins and the Rockies were introduced into baseball in 1993, I believe, and they had in the individual draft. So what happened to the Rockies and the Marlins? They would draft players. The two teams would draft players. Like the Rockies will go first, and then the Marlins. So they wouldn't have to deal with the rest of the MLB. What happened with the Diamondbacks and the Rays? They will have to create or start it with a minor league system. They will have to have 3 years in the minor league system so they can go ahead and pick those players from the minor league system to bring them up to the big leagues, which was the Rays, and then which at that time it was the Devil Rays, and then was the Diamondbacks, right? So it was crazy, dude. Like, I remember watching the 1993 draft for the Marlins and the Rockies, and they got a guy from Compton. That's why I remember it in 1993. Yeah, it was so weird. It was so weird because I was
You
watching
remember
it
the
on
player?
ESPN. I don't remember the name of the player, but I remember them saying, "Oh, and they picked
93?
whatever 93." They picked up a guy from Compton, and like I was telling Will,
The
yeah,
Rockies?
the Rockies. No, it was the Marlins. The Marlins picked them up. But it was crazy, dude. It's those are the last four expansion teams, and we haven't seen one since the what was it, 97, I said? 97, 98. Maybe the viewers will tell me what year it was. I think it was that year, but yeah, those are the last four teams, and I think they're trying to get the next new expansion team, which is what, Montreal, Monterrey, or what was the other one? Puerto Rico, right? Those are the three
Heard
that are up for
I heard Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon. So that's the fourth place. So maybe they'll bring up two teams, because then if they bring up just one, it's gonna
It doesn't
make
make
so
sense.
much.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I'm
make
looking at the
sense.
draft from
Yeah.
1993, bro, with
Yeah,
the
oh
Marlins.
dang. With the Marlins, check it out. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's the Marlins or the Rockies, but there's one of them. There has to it has to be in there. One of those
I
players
don't know. I see a
came
few
from
people
Compton.
from like California though, Covina,
Yeah,
um, but I don't see
yeah,
Compton. I wanna represent too.
yeah.
But the thing is,
Uh,
if you introduce like two new teams, one for American League and one for National League, uh
Uh-huh.
they would have to create a new division, because then you can't split up the teams equally, because right now there's 30 teams, there's 15 in each league. So you have three divisions, there's 5 teams in each division. But then if
Yeah,
you
but
add
remember
one,
the American League West only had 4 teams. So one team, one division will probably have 6 teams, and the other ones will have 5.
I don't like that.
So you won't create a new division. So back in the that's why the Astros went from the National League to the American League,
Man,
because the American League West only had the A's, the Angels, the Mariners, and what was the other team? Forgetting one. I can't think of it. The A's, the Angels, Mariners, and there's one more. Can't even think about it.
I don't
Shit.
know.
Well, anyway, oh, the Rangers.
Oh,
The
oh, there you
Rangers
go.
were the 4th team. So then the Astros were changed into the American League, and now they have 5. And now it's a lot even. Everything's even. The 30
I
teams.
honestly, man, I think that wherever I mean, whatever teams that they introduce into the league, it has to be West Coast teams. There are too many East Coast teams, which is why you put the Astros and the Rangers in the West divisions. It doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
It
That
doesn't.
is the Central. Texas is right in the middle of the country, and you put both of those teams in the West divisions. Those guys need to be in American League Central. And then you
Well,
see
look
some
at
other
Pittsburgh.
teams also. Exactly. Pittsburgh, that
Pittsburgh's
is
in the East
directly
Coast.
below Philadelphia, and it's
Yeah.
considered the Central, but
It's in the
it's the same
Central.
state. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I
It's
understand the
crazy.
Marlins being in the East because Florida is all the way on the other side,
On the other
on the
side of the world,
border,
man.
pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, those are expansion teams, man. I just wanted to throw a little bit of trivia. If there's what else you guys have? You guys have anything else? If we don't have anything else, we could end the show.
I don't know,
And
man. I'm just
yeah,
happy I got an A from
From Fantasy Scholars.
yeah, because I
fantasy.
really feel like my outfielding and a lot of my players are kind of like but at the same time I feel like they're consistent.
They are
So,
My
consistent.
my
I don't
my
know if you
my
saw,
pitching
Tony.
staff though is like I went pitcher heavy, man. Dude, I really did. I don't feel like I'll ever need to reach to the waiver wire for any type of pitching throughout the whole season.
No.
Unless someone gets hurt.
Oh yeah,
Unless someone's-
exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you saw, Tony, but the Fantasy Scholars actually really liked your Ian Happ pick. So I think that's why
See?
you got the A.
Yeah.
That's
No, Will, I
right.
think you
Don't
got
sleep on Ian Happ. People are talking smack. Me and Gabriel, we should have got a bet going, Gabriel. But I kind of feel like you knew I was right. Ian Happ is gonna be not necessarily better than Zach Gallen, but for this season, he'll probably end up with more fantasy points than Zach
All right,
Gallen.
let me ask you a question real quick.
Yep.
Okay.
Ian Happ, give me your projected batting average, home runs, and let's say runs scored.
All right. Let me see what ESPN has him at or whatever. But I would say plus 25 home runs, definitely.
plus 25.
25, at least 25. I'm expecting 25 from him.
Is he going to be a starter?
Yes.
Yeah,
For
He's gonna
sure?
play in the outfield. Yes.
yeah. Now that
Positive.
Who?
Where's he at? Ian Happ. Here he is.
actually, you know what? That they got Peterson now. So,
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking. Is he going to be a starter?
He
Is it?
is. Dude, Shore Peterson's taking over
Schwarber. And that's what
Schwarber.
Hap was.
and Happ was already playing. He already had
was
that.
he?
Yeah.
Oh, but see, the Cubs they didn't sign another player.
Hayward. I think Hayward's gone now, isn't he?
No,
nah,
Hayward's still
not
there.
yet.
But
He had that
anyways,
long contract.
Well, they're
Let me-
high on Ian Happ.
let me just
Remember,
check my
Will, we
phone.
were
It's
talking
easier.
about that, right? we were talking about Ian Happ and that one of those. Well, I guess what was this a Cub segment, and they were really high on Happ, and
Okay,
it hasn't shown though.
here's his projection. Oh, what? Let me bring him up on Baseball Reference.
I got him
Yeah.
right here.
Okay,
All right,
ESPN currently
Uh-huh.
has his batting average as 257,
Okay.
runs 85, home runs
Mhm.
34,
Uh-huh.
RBIs 94,
30.
and exactly, bro. I'm telling you, you guys are all sleeping on this guy. You guys,
That's not gonna happen.
dude, are you kidding
you
me?
have
Hey,
to
I'm not
make-
sleeping on him. I just don't that I don't haven't seen like production from the guy. I mean, I'm
For
just
34
waiting.
home runs, you have to make solid contact on the ball. which
He's
he doesn't
left-handed
do.
and he's playing in Wrigley's Field.
But
That's why Jock Peterson's gonna do good there.
Okay,
Exactly.
Baseball Reference has a projected batting average of 246.
So
Ooh.
10 points lower.
Projected home
So-
run 23.
And what are you
See, look,
projecting
that's
him
what
at, Tony?
I put him at 25. And I
You're
probably
putting him at
would put him
25?
at a batting average of maybe like 235, 240.
And then
250
runs
is like,
scored 68.
68.
yeah, I don't know about that. He'll probably be batting like second.
7. No way.
Oh, wow.
Who
No
do you put
way.
second? Who do you put second? Who do you put first? I don't
Yeah, I
think
don't-
Rizzo's gonna be batting first again.
No, he'll probably.
You never know because they've been putting them. So I don't think Javier Baez is going to be first either. I don't think
it's hard
Peterson's gonna be
because
first.
Madden's gone.
Look,
So
Ian
now
Happ
that-
is you know what, and he probably will have. You're probably right, Will, because no, you're probably wrong, because he's actually been
Make up your mind.
he's been confirmed as the leadoff hitter.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Okay,
he'll
we'll
have
Alright,
more
so
runs,
He
probably
should
not as
have
much
more
as
closer to like.
RBIs.
He should have more closer to like 90 runs if he's going to be the leadoff hitter.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
the RBIs will probably take a little hit too. Will probably be like 80.
No way.
He's
Yeah,
at 94
leadoff?
right now.
At leadoff 80?
RBIs?
No way,
RBIs?
dude. If he's a leadoff hitter, he'll probably hit closer to like 65 RBI.
When you're hitting home runs, bro.
Yeah, but there's you're hitting home
Even if
runs.
he
You're not
hits
getting a lot of
30.
RBIs.
Look
You're
at
not
Charlie
you don't have
Blackmon.
anybody
It's
batting in
still
front of you.
considered
so
an
you don't get
RBI?
RBIs. Yeah,
it's
just
only
one.
Yeah, well, there you
The
go.
9-hole
When you're
hitter,
hitting 35 home runs,
there's no
projected.
DH. There's no DH in National League. So when you got the pitcher hitting right in front of you, he's not going to get a lot of RBI opportunities.
Look,
7,
look,
8, and 9 in any lineup is usually
Guys.
pretty weak.
guys.
No, that's good, Tony. That's good. You think this guy is high. Keep him on your team. And that's
Yeah.
good.
I'm
and then
gonna keep him
at the
on
end
my
of the season, you're like, I told you.
Oh, man. Nostradamus
gonna
right
be-
here.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
All right,
see,
look.
we'll see.
All right, let's see what his average draft pick is. What did we say? It was what?
I have no idea. What did you say? I don't have him up.
Let me go.
The point is, I'm not trying to like make no bet with Ian Happ or anybody. I'm just saying, I don't think it's a bad pick. I just
think it's a
thought he
better
was gonna
pick.
be a lot. I thought he was gonna
141.
be a lot. I thought he was gonna be a
141.
lot better player than what he is now.
141
he hasn't proven
is
himself.
round 13,
How many years has he been
round
in the league?
14. Oh,
141. Where did
like
he
4
score
years.
141?
4 years. Okay, so this
He's
the Cubs were really
155.
high on this guy.
155
Yeah, his ADP is 155
on where though?
on Fantasy Pros.
Well, on ESPN, it tells me 141.
Oh, okay.
Average
Okay,
it out, man. Average it out.
141, and I picked them up. Oh, I picked them up early. I picked them
Yeah,
up
you-
early. I picked them up 130.
You probably were like, I need to pick him up now.
You know,
And you know what it was? I need to pick up an outfielder.
see,
Look
this
at
is
my
the thing.
outfielding.
At 155, I'm looking at all the hitters that are available after him, and okay, fine. I'll take him at 155
There you go.
just
Thank
because
you.
the best hitters behind him are Victor Robles, Dylan Carlson. Don't even know who that is. Max Kepler, who's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clint Frazier. I'd much actually rather have Clint Frazier.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Glenn Frazier's good too, but he's not projected to hit 35 home runs. He's projected to hit like 20 home runs, 22.
20? Dang.
I think
But
so.
he's also not projected to play every day. If he plays every day, he'll get close to 30.
No, I think
Yeah.
he is gonna play every day.
Yeah, I know, but
He
he
is.
like in his projections, it doesn't have him projected to play every
Yeah,
day.
they do.
No.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
All
they
right.
do. Look at his batting at bats,
Let's see.
and then it'll tell you whether or not it's projected. Look at
Uh,
his at bats.
well,
Yeah,
but he's probably not going to play the
no,
full
he will.
season. He will.
Frazier will,
Yeah. Oh,
because the
Frazier.
Met
I thought we
fans
were talking about Hap.
or
Okay,
the
Frazier.
New York fans, they want Clint Frazier over Gardner.
Yeah,
If
for
if
sure.
I
Oh,
was
well,
a
Gardner's
Yankee
older,
fan,
man. Yeah.
yeah, Gardner's
All right, so check this
my
out.
veteran guy.
He's only
Yeah.
projected to have 441 plate appearances, so that's not playing every day.
No.
What is it, like almost
Average is
500?
about 600.
600 for full season.
550 to 600 is average for a full season. So they have him projected to probably play about 125 to 130 games.
Or he's going to get a lot of walks.
That's a lot of games, man.
Well, that's plate appearances. That's not at bats.
Oh, that's plate appearances. Okay,
Yeah.
so that was
At
different.
bats, he's
because
only projected to get 385.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's not the whole season. Then he's probably playing like 110, 115.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit more than that.
A little
but
bit
then-
more?
And then you look at projected home runs, and he's projected to get 19 in only 441 plate appearances.
Hmm.
So if you increase that to 600, then he'll be closer to like 25 to 30 in
Yeah.
projections for home runs.
Yeah.
With about the same batting average as Ian Happ, it's projected 257 with a 345 on base percentage. So they're actually
Oh,
very
and
similar.
you took my pick too. I was looking at Clint Frazier, bro.
They're
was like,
actually very
I'll
similar
pick him up
players.
at
Yeah.
on the run to my man. I'm
you
telling
guys
you,
were talking. You guys were picking almost the same players, and you guys were talking about it. And you guys were like, "Oh, I was gonna pick this guy," and I'm like, "Yep,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
took him out of." So
yeah.
I
And
don't know if it's
I
because
honestly feel like I landed in a bad spot, bro. Right
think so?
behind Will and right in front of Nick. Those guys, they know what they're doing. Will knows what's up. So does Nick. Hey man, the first time I met him, he showed up to a live fantasy baseball draft online. Like he brought his computer with
Yeah.
him. He brought his computer and we're
He
doing
did.
it live, like face to face. He was the only one with a computer and was like, I need this guy, I need this guy. Hey man,
knew.
he knows
He-
what's up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey guys, so we reached the end of the show. I know we talked a lot about the drafts, and you guys gave a lot of guys you guys will skip, which were really, really good conversations. We got in you guys a little heated with you guys with the what was it?
Gallon.
That Gallon.
Zach Gallen. He's injured. So
Yeah, he's injured. He might not start.
Nah. So
Might
the
not start the
Diamondbacks
season.
might not even. No, it's gonna start. It's gonna suck for them. What else? I know we talked about our teams. I didn't get a good grade. Will got A- from Fantasy Scholars, and then Tony got a plus, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
What
I
I'll
feel like
do,
my
I'll take some screenshots and I'll put an edit together so that way I can post it on Instagram and see what Instagram thinks.
Yeah, do that.
oh yeah.
Yeah, if
Should be fun.
like Will said, we have an Instagram, we have a TikTok, and we have a Tony. Have you been updating the
All the time.
the Twitter account?
Oh,
I could tell. We also have a Spotify. We're trying, like I said in the other videos, I still haven't done it. I need to download other stuff so we can get more minutes and I can download more videos on there, but not videos, more sound and more shows, but I'll get it done sooner than later. Tony, you have anything to say before we log off?
no. I just appreciate everybody who was able to join us today. I appreciate the support. Keep asking us questions. Thank you for the A+ grading or grade. I feel like my team
Add that
kinda,
plus on.
it's more. I'm just adding a little more. But
More salt.
we'll see how it plans out. I
Yeah.
feel like there's a few teams that are a lot better than mine's in the league. But I also feel like
We'll see.
man, like I said, man, I didn't want to do it live because of like my concentration.
It's
Next
alright.
time though, whatever.
Yeah,
Get
next time.
used
You
to
got a
it.
good team, dude. You're
Yeah,
all
a
right.
lot better
tell
than
you
yours.
guys.
And you stayed home.
Yeah,
I
nice
forgot
to-
to tell you guys-
yeah.
I forgot to
Yeah.
tell you guys that I am off this coming Monday, so I'll be able to do the draft with you guys for
Oh, sweet.
the World Pod Classic.
Oh Oh,
Okay,
yes.
cool.
I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah,
Well,
that'll be
I'm just
fun,
gonna
man.
be a distraction for you guys if I'm on there because I really don't.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no.
yeah,
We
yeah,
appreciate the input.
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, Will, you got anything else, man?
If you guys have any questions about fantasy baseball or baseball in general, or you just want to drop us a line, our email is realtalkbaseball@yahoo.com. Just send us an email and we'll get back to you as soon as we get a chance.
Yep, yep. So yeah, man. Thanks for everybody that was on today. I know we've been having people coming in and out and asking questions, and if we didn't get to your question, we're sorry. We'll get back to you. I had a lot of screens on. I had to have the PowerPoint. I had to have this on, and then I had to have
I
another
know
screen.
that was cool, man. I like
Yeah,
the new aspect.
yeah.
Look forward
So
to the next one.
yeah, I kind of want to do that now so we can have visuals for people, so we can have different camera angles, different things so people can see, so they won't get bored and just leave our show and be like, man, these guys, I don't like seeing their face. Some of us are,
Está bien feo el güey.
exactly.
Like, oh,
I don't want
no.
them to be like, oh, I don't like that Yankee hat, Boston or the Cubs fan, whatever. Like, I don't like their backgrounds, whatever. I just want to change it up, change up the angle, change the eye level or whatever. So yeah, we'll try different things. And if you don't like it, put that thumbs down. And if you do like it, put that thumbs up and subscribe. Yeah, if there's nothing else to say, I'm Carlos Baseball. This is Will Power and Tony Snap. Real Talk Baseball, signing out.